You've probably shopped on eBay before, but if you do some digging, you can find some truly strange items up for sale. From haunted dolls and paintings to funeral supplies and spellcasters for hire, eBay is a truly weird place to explore. In this video, we'll show you 10 currently active items that we found to be quite odd. Some of them might make your skin crawl and others might make you laugh, so without further ado, here's our list of 10 strange eBay listings.
Number 10. Plaster dental teeth castings. In this listing, the seller is offering 100 pairs of actual castings from dental patients' mouths. These are used for dental reconstruction, creating dentures, or in this case, adding to your collection of oddities. This seller has a ton in stock, which makes you wonder how they came across all these teeth molds. We think that these would make a great gift for your next unsuspecting victim.
Number 9. Anguished Man Reproduction Painting. You may already be familiar with the story of the Anguished Man painting, but if you aren't, we'll quickly fill you in. A man named Sean Robinson inherited a painting from his grandmother, who had kept it hidden away in an attic for years and years. Shortly after inheriting the painting, strange things began happening to him just as they had to his grandmother. They heard mysterious noises, began seeing dark figures around the house, and even heard crying. Allegedly, the painter had mixed his own blood into the paint before committing suicide. This listing is not for the original painting, as the seller states multiple times, but for a reproduction. Original or not, at least it isn't painted in blood. The disturbing, spine-tingling imagery and story behind this painting landed it a spot on our list.
Number 8. Haunted satanic statue, Satan's Watcher. This item grabbed our attention, not only because it was an interesting piece, but also because of what the seller had to say about it. Here are some excerpts from the description. This is Satan's Watcher demon. It comes from my uncle Robert, who is a warlock and practices the dark arts more than he does white magic. He found this vessel on a trip to Europe 15 years ago. He won't say who he got it from, except that it came from an old historical family. He claims that when it is in his presence, he can summon spirits to his home, turn off and on lights, and can make things move. Uncle Robert says the spirit in the vessel creates a vortex where spirits good and bad can come through and cross over just by asking it to do so. He is an experienced male warlock and has many powers. While taking pictures for this listing, half of the photos taken disappeared and others were blurry. Several attempts were made just to get these photos, so I'm guessing it does not like its picture taken, or it was getting mad. The pictures of the back of his wings, we could not get them clear, and all photos were taken at the same time. This item is active and thrives on evil intent, and bad thought. Be careful, it is looking at you, hearing your words along with your thoughts too. This statue seems like something you wouldn't want to stumble upon by chance.
Number 7. Tabitha the Haunted Doll. Tabitha, a very creepy antique haunted doll, has been creeping her owner's friends out a lot. The seller claims that people that know them personally have told them to bury the doll, and that has brought a curse upon them. The doll, of course, is pretty scary with its cracked face and yellowed, almost bloodshot eyes. The seller is donating 95% of the $16,666 sale to the ASPCA. It only adds to the creep factor that the seller states that they do accept returns, but in this particular case, they really don't want you to send it back because she's, well, scary.
Number 6. Antique brass Buddha urn. This item is a really gorgeous antique, a brass urn or vessel adorned with the Buddha and snakes. This isn't just any regular antique urn though. According to the seller, a metaphysical practitioner, this urn has been embedded with gifts and powers, intended only for elite collectors. The seller was supposedly born with spiritual abilities at birth, claiming to have the ability to infuse objects with powerful energy and powerful spirits. This particular item is claimed to have high magic, good luck, and wish-granting properties. They say that they have been building a collection of items from around the world for the past 18 years, and that they soon hope to open their house as an occult museum in the future. I'm not sure if I would want to go there. Additionally, there are some powers of the urn which the seller wants to keep out of the public eye, stating, "Full details on item will be sent by email, as certain secretive and sensitive information should not be added here or via mail for all to read." Wonder what that could mean. Luckily, the urn isn't filled with the ashes of a dead practitioner. Who knows if this was used to store ashes or was simply a decorative piece.
Number 5. Antique Ice Casket Cooling Board. While there isn't anything explicitly paranormal about this listing, no promises of hauntings or attached entities, it's just the item itself, an antique ice casket cooling board that landed it a spot on our list. Ice caskets, typically used in the 1800s before embalming was widely practiced, are exactly what they sound like. sealed caskets that are filled with ice to help preserve the body for a funeral so that the family can mourn the deceased loved one. Bodies tend to decompose fairly rapidly when left exposed, so this type of casket acts as a refrigerator, to put it bluntly. This specific item is the board on which the body lay for viewing, complete with a headrest. This would allow the body to be raised and lowered into the cooler area inside of the viewing coffin to postpone decomposition. There's no telling how many dead bodies have rested upon this casket board, but I sure wouldn't want to have this hanging out in my house.
Number 4. Authentic mummified cat. Losing a pet is always hard, but what happens when you find one? This seller has a mummified cat for sale, allegedly a former sideshow prop. As morbid and grotesque as this item is, mummification is something that happens naturally, typically due to low humidity or moisture, lack of air, or being buried in sand. Over 1 million animal mummies have been found in Egypt, most of which were cats. A hook was used to remove the brain, and a knife was used to remove the organs. Egyptians mummified household pets along with their owners because they had special importance. Other animals were mummified to act as food offerings to deceased humans in the afterlife. In this case, it would appear that the cat died under unusual circumstances. Maybe it got stuck in a crawl space and couldn't find its way out, or maybe it froze to death during the winter. In any case, there isn't very much information about this listing available in the description, but the seller claims that this little cat is very tough and sturdy, and even comes with a little sombrero.
Number 3. Haunted Child's Head. Despite the title, this is obviously not a real child's head, but a piece of plaster wall art depicting one. The head itself is yellowed and aged, but is still detailed enough to be very unsettling. The seller claims that this head comes from the infamously haunted Crawley Estate in New South Wales, Australia. The house itself is home to quite a few mysterious and terrible deaths, so it's not too far-fetched to believe that there might be something supernatural attached to this head. The seller had this to say: "I do not know who or what the energy is contained in it, nor do I know if it is more than one spirit of humanoid or non-humanoid descent present. I will tell you that eyes seem to follow you watching your movements. Sometimes it makes you extremely uncomfortable just looking at it. If you attempt to stare into its eyes, it will force you to look away after some duration, purposely intimidating you. I did have it hung in seclusion in a tiny closet space for observation. I do not think it made it happy, as it bounced against the wall. I physically witnessed it lift up against the wall where it was hanging and slam down. Not in an extremely hard manner, but such movement was impossible unless the energies contained forced it to move. I have also heard whispering as well as chants in an unknown language coming from the space in which it was contained. I have watched orbs penetrate the closet space door, leaving the space while the face was inside. I don't care for this piece. It quite frankly makes me uneasy. With that being said, I am selling as is with limited information about its spirits. I do not know what its future holds for this piece. It may become aggressive. It may cause problems. I am forewarning as a disclosure. It would be safe to take the seller's warning seriously if you're going to bid on an item with such a strange and dark history."
Number 2. President James Monroe's torture box. This item is a really strange find with its very suggestive and possibly scandalous history. Here's what the seller has to say about the so-called torture box. This box was found in a hole on top of the grave of James Monroe, who was a known Freemason and 5th President of the United States of America. President Monroe was a member of the Virginia dynasty of 8 presidents coming from the Old Dominion state, whose motto reads, "Sic semper tyrannis," thus always to tyrants. Monroe exemplified the tradition of Williamsburg. No other place was better known as the Rebels' Roost by the British and their designing loyalist friends. Monroe's theme of word and act seems always to have been that America must be independent of all political foreign influences. In modern day, many occultists who practice a variety of metaphysics, including, but not limited to, magic, alchemy, extrasensory perception, astrology, spiritualism, religion, and divination, visit these infamous, known Masonic members' graves to perform various rituals. The item you are purchasing is known as a torture box, and unfortunately when my team found it, animals appeared to have gotten to it. They are made by a local occult group named La Sangriento, which loosely translates into the Bloody. Not much is known of them other than they practice sacrifices and ancient Mayan rituals are incorporated into their rituals. Animals have been known to disappear often in the areas surrounding the cemetery they utilize. In the late 1980s, a human head without a body was found in a local pond. This was attributed to this particular occult group, but no charges ever manifested from it. It could all just be speculating. We truly don't know much about them, but they leave evidence of their existence everywhere, including vandalizing properties in the middle of the night with spray paint consisting of images no one has ever witnessed before. We have personally been unable to verify the authenticity of this item or any association to President James Monroe, so take this information with a grain of salt. It is very interesting to wonder, however, if maybe this truly is James Monroe's personal torture box.
Number 1. Kuman thong Thai ghost baby amulet. This one has rightfully earned its spot as number 1 on our list. Why? Well, it looks disturbing enough, almost like a real preserved body. But that's not why we thought it was the weirdest item we found. In the description, the seller states the materials the amulet are made of, including things like 7 graveyards, a mysterious herb, and the ashes of dead infants' bodies. Wait, what? Yes, you heard that correctly. These amulets, known as Kuman thong, are part of ancient Thai black magic. They are said to bring good luck and fortune to the owner. The listing states the following. When people hear about ghost lineage auspicious object, most of them are afraid, thinking there's a ghost involved. But Superstition Guru has explained that the ghost lineage auspicious object is one with the soul of a ghost dwelling in it. Such ghost is going to be released from the state of ghost to become a diva soon. Spirits could be divided into 2 parties, the good and the evil. If it is a good spirit, it will like to help people in different forms. Sometimes it will give someone fortune, or help to have a good love, or protect from the intrusion of evil things. If a spirit makes great virtues, the opportunity to become a diva is within reach. However, if the spirit is evil, it will make us meet bad things, having the endless disaster. We are proud to present the ultimate love and charm auspicious object of the year. If you have any problems in your love life, not satisfied in love or lack of charm, want to be attractive for the opposite sex, do not wait to worship them. Mysterious charm oil, man and woman love blind dummy, Kumar amulet, and golden boy are all consecrated. Hopefully, if you're brave enough to order a ghost baby amulet, you don't upset it and bring endless disaster upon yourself or others. Tread carefully in the world of the paranormal.
So that's it, guys. We hope you enjoyed our list of 10 strange eBay listings. Let us know if you've ever purchased something strange on eBay and tell us what happened. Leave a like and let us know what you thought in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to receive notifications about new videos. See you next time.